And here we are with my girl, Angel Cintron, inside the Dana Cortez Show.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, hi.
Hi, I'm a fan.
Are you?
I am. I think you are so talented. We haven't had anybody in the room yet that hasn't been, quote unquote, I guess, discovered. Is that how we could put this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so in my opinion, Angel is an artist that is on the cusp of being discovered. You know, you have over 150,000 followers on Instagram. What's your Facebook look like, girl?
Honestly, I think I have like the fan page, and it's about 3,000 or 4,000 likes.
Oh, we need to push that Facebook fan page, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Instagram is where it's at for young artists.
Yeah, definitely.
You do a lot of covers. I just think you're so extraordinarily talented. So I wanted to come out the gate with that. I need people to listen to this because you're going to do a couple of covers for us.
Uh-huh.
And how old are you now?
I'm 19.
I knew that because Anthony was stalking your bio
I know.
earlier.
I didn't. Actually, it's not even in my bio, so I don't even know how he found.
Some of us call it good research, and I was using that. I was getting prepped for the interview because I know you're a rising star. I want to make sure my facts are right.
I got a question right away. Okay, so how did you pop off? How did you get the 150,000 on Instagram?
Honestly, hashtags really do help. People don't think they help, but I started doing covers at a very young age, and I started tagging these like singing accounts, and it's when it just started, like when it was like a big thing to get posted on cover accounts.
To do the covers and things,
Yeah. So the more I did that, the more people started posting me, and that helped me a lot, like gain my fan base. And then after I started doing covers, I started writing music at like 13 years old, and kind of sucked back then, but now I'm good. So I started, doing original music, and people started listening to that too. So
now I see you talked about the fan base and the tagging, the hashtags. You've got fans from all over. How does that feel? What's the craziest? Like you look at some of your fans writing stuff. Where's the place you were like, oh my God, I can't believe I have a fan there?
Oh, there's always people from, I can't think. It's like every time I go live, Sweden. So many people from Sweden, and I'm like, how?
You got Swedish folks on lock,
yeah,
girl.
it's weird, but it's super cool because I don't even like, I've never even been anywhere but like El Paso, LA, and Costa Rica. Like
that's it. Well, that's kind of a lot of places though for a 19-year-old. But
yes, my friends are like, we went to a vacation and on a cruise. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like,
it's like I've been to El Paso.
I know.
I saw water.
Have you ever been to Chico's?
Did you go to Chico's Tacos when you were there?
Yes, that's my dad's spot.
Talk about it.
Is your dad from El Paso?
Yes, he's from El Paso, so he has
that's
pride.
Crazy. Khalid, El Paso, homegirl, El Paso. El Paso's producing a lot of young talent.
No, she's in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Let's get that right.
I'll say that.
Where were you born?
Here.
You're born in San Antonio.
Yes, born and raised.
How do you feel about the attention you're getting? How are you handling that? And have you been approached yet to sign with a major label or a small label? Or?
We're in the middle of negotiating a production deal. We leave this Saturday to LA for 2 or so weeks, and that's the goal. So hopefully that's what's gonna happen. But
make sure you sign the right kind of deal, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one thing. I'm thankful for my team because they would never allow that to happen, and neither would I.
A bad deal.
Yes,
because at the end of the day,
definitely
you're
don't want to lose any.
Popping, and they're trying to profit off of you.
Yeah.
So
who
remember that?
Has you do a lot of covers? Has anybody came across your cover and has kind of been like, wow,
oh,
I can't believe that person watched it?
Normally it's on Twitter. Like, okay, I think the first person who reposted was Kiara.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Heavy with by Linkin Park featuring Kiara, and she reposted it on her Instagram.
Oh
and
my
gosh.
My
heart dropped. And it was Chester commented, and he's like super huge. Like, I'm obsessed with Linkin Park and Chester. So like, and that was right before, he passed. So like, it kind of made me sad, but it also made me happy that he actually like even knew who I was in his mind at all, like before.
How did you take that news with what happened with Chester?
I was devastated. Me and my dad were super devastated, especially my dad, because my dad is the type that's like overly obsessed with him and Linkin Park and has been to concerts, and I never got to see them live, sadly, but we were both pretty shut down.
But you know how powerful music is. It transcends race, culture, religion. We just talked about, you having fans in Sweden. I feel like Linkin Park spoke for a lot of people and spoke to a lot of people all over. That vulnerability that Chester had. Are you able to be that vulnerable when you're writing music?
I feel like lately I have been. I have a lot of songs that are unreleased right now that I feel like are way deeper than I used to write, and I'm not afraid.
Is it hard?
Honestly, every time I go through something, I write. So it's not hard anymore. I feel like it's definitely how I talk. It's kind of like writing is like my best friend that I go to talk to when I'm crying or when I'm upset. Like, that's how I get that out. So
it's your therapy.
yes.
That's how we feel about radio. I
She's
tell
an
all my
artist.
business. Yeah, I tell all my business on the radio. And people are like, you're just talking business. You're telling all our family. I'm like, no, that's my therapy. That's how I survive.
Yeah.
This is how I cope with the world.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist that you've covered so far? Or you know what? That's not really the question I want to ask. When you grew up, who influenced you the most musically?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I have different areas where
I wanna
different
explore
artists-
all that.
Okay, so performance-wise, Beyonce, of course. She's just always, she's like freaking perfect. I don't know how to explain it. The confidence she has is, I think, everyone's, like, that's everyone's inspiration. That's why she's Beyonce.
But you know what? I got to meet her, and she's very quiet in real life. And when she's on stage, she's like,
so
that's Sasha
she's
girl.
a different person. Like, that's what's so cool about it. For you to have, like, literally two personalities, go on stage and be some completely different person, and then be this humble superstar, like, off stage. It's like, how? So she's my inspiration when it comes to that. And I think songwriting wise, I like soft rock. I like all genres of music, but Amy Lee from Evanescence,
Okay.
I love her. Yes, she's amazing. And it's crazy to see that she was into like choir and opera, and then she turned into like a rock star. So that's cool. Aaron Lewis from Stain too. He's country now, but songwriting wise, them two.
You said country, but are you not a country fan?
no. I like country.
Okay.
I mean,
You
it's
said
not like
country,
my
but-
go-to, but I mean,
I don't like country.
no.
I don't like country one bit.
Oh,
I
come on.
mean,
You can't just
I-
discredit a whole
I-
genre of music.
Anthony can. I do not the queen
Good
here,
music
but
is
But
I
he's not
do.
discrediting it. It's just
I
not his
just- it's
thing.
not
I
me.
used to
Yeah.
turn your alarm off. He's got like things to do, so he's like,
He's
I get it. Like I like some country, but you're right. It's not my go-to.
yeah,
it's not a diss,
it's not like
just
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as a Texan, I think everyone has, some songs that they low key or
Yeah.
like that's my jam, but they
Yeah.
don't like to admit it. But yeah, I have a lot of jams like that.
Any boys?
What?
Boyfriends? Are you committed right now? Are you in a relationship?
I am in a relationship, but
But I'm in a
Keep that to
relationship.
yourself.
But
yeah, I don't know. I don't really
He's gonna
like.
crush the homie with the butt. Not even give him a shout out. Nothing.
No!
She said
that boy's
but,
gonna be a meme. He's gonna end up a meme.
but there's a time limit on this. Woo!
No!
There's an expiration
No,
date.
But I'm heading to LA next week. So
Yeah. But the way my flight's set up,
Oh my gosh.
no, you should think that way. You got a long life ahead of you. You got
No,
plenty
yeah,
of time to
I'm
be hooked up
definitely.
and-
I'm not thinking about like moving in with nobody. Like
Damn.
at people my age, like a lot of my friends are like having kids and married and like moving in with each other. I'm so not
be
ready
divorced.
for that. Like,
and
yeah,
don't worry,
like
yeah, we're
no,
Latinos,
I'm-
it's gonna happen.
no. At heart, I still like to feel like I'm like 16 years old. I don't like.
Well, 19 is still very young. People, like
Yeah.
you said, and Anthony, you're making a joke about the Latino thing, but it's true. I mean, I had a baby when I was 15.
Oh, dude,
Mhm.
wait
Yeah,
till you
it's
get, like,
real.
20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
my
breed
mom was
well.
my
Yeah.
mom was a teen mom too.
So you get it.
Yeah, it's not a sort of like it's not a uncommon thing.
How did you break the cycle?
Mm.
That's an important question for people that don't understand.
Birth control, no.
All right.
She's like, why you gotta tell them my pill stories? No,
Um,
it's an important question because it is
She
a
said,
cycle.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Teen motherhood is something that if it happens to your mom, more than likely it happened to my grandmother, it happened to my mom. You know, it happened to me.
It's like
it's a cycle. How
yeah.
did you break it?
okay, so I have 6 brothers and sisters. So the past before last year, I would have to babysit literally every single summer. I feel like that was
That
my
is the
birth
birth
control.
control
Yeah,
right there.
it is.
Yes.
It
Like
is.
I literally know how to raise kids. Like
Yep.
I helped raise my young brothers and sisters. So I feel like me knowing how stressful that is and watching my mom like go crazy, nah.
You don't
I
want to go
wait
through
on
that.
that.
Definitely
Yeah.
I'm definitely not like I'm chilling. I'm not trying to do that because I know exactly what it feels like. Like literally, I know what it's like to get up and, you know, make breakfast, take them to school, take them to their activities, and like take care of them when they're sick. I know all of that, and I'm not trying to.
You're not trying to go down that road?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you lost some of your childhood having to do that much?
I don't know. I had a very good childhood, honestly. We weren't, you know, rich or nothing. Like we were stable, but I had a good childhood. Like I was super busy all the time. I never say that I'm bored. I can't like. And
that's why
always
she didn't
something.
Get pregnant. She was busy. She had something to do.
Yeah, like
grandma didn't have Wi-Fi.
When I was younger, my mom put me in all-star cheerleading. That was like kind of my thing, like cheerleading, gymnastics, singing. I was in orchestra and choir, so constantly every day after school, I would go straight to practice or straight to rehearsal. Then you have your homework to do. I don't know. I just always stayed busy. So
you hear that, dads? Keep them busy.
When you were a cheerleader, did you fly?
Yes, I did.
All right, that's what's up.
Okay, you know your
vocab. Hey, we could toss the hands
Anthony was
right
a cheerleader.
now. I've done it before, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
My ex-boyfriend was a cheerleader, too.
Everybody's ex-boyfriend was a cheerleader. That's what I did with my ex-girlfriend.
Who's his boyfriend now? I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Wait, did you cheer for school or for All-Star?
It was like an All-Star thing. I was on an All-Star team.
No, you did
Bruh,
not.
I had a little like clap and everything. They made me do a little clap, Joe, and everything.
Who did you cheer for?
It was a high school. I don't know who they are. And what are they, Rio Grande? I don't know. We went to
New
San
Mexico,
Diego.
Rio Grande.
I went to San Diego and I was out there.
So he only did it, he said, because it was a last minute thing to meet the girls on the team.
Dude, let's do the math. All my young homies out there.
There's
3 dudes,
yeah, but
15 girls, free trip. What? Yeah. All I gotta do is throw a couple backflips. I'm there.
That's true, though.
It's a real sport. Cheerleading is a real sport.
Thank you.
It's a real sport.
To anyone who thinks it's not a sport, oh my gosh, you get on my nerves.
Our 10-year-old cheers. She's already, almost broken her ankle, sprained her hand, her
I
fingers.
I split my chin open with my knee. Like
black eyes, collarbone stuff. It's real.
It's not easy.
So I said that I was going to ask you to do a cover.
Mm-hmm.
And are you prepared to do that right now?
I am.
Can you do, what do we want, guys?
Whatever she feels comfortable with.
You said you do some Linkin Park. That's a little off. Can you do that?
Oh, I can. I can't do it with the ukulele, but I could definitely do some Linkin Park.
I want something with the ukulele.
Okay. Well,
you can't just have an instrument here and not use it.
Okay. So what do you want to do? Somebody who deeply inspires you right now, that you're really listening to, that you're into.
Wow. I mean, I'm trying to think about my jams, my go-to jams right now.
You can do Beyonce if you want. I mean, you came out with Beyonce hard. I love her too. I do. I'm a big B fan. I'm deep in the hive. Like deep in the hive, girl.
Oh. I could do a Khalid song.
Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
Location?
Okay, let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do
Let's do it.
All
Okay.
right.
Send me your location, let's focus on communicating, 'cause I just need a time and place to come through, chance to come through. At times I wonder why I fool with you, but this is new to me, this is new to you. Initially, I didn't want to fall for you, gather my attention, this was all for you. So don't take advantage, don't leave my heart damaged. I understand that things go a little bit better when you plan it. Oh, so send me your location, let's focus on communicating, 'cause I just need a time and place to come through, come through.
I was in that moment.
I'm impressed. And I'm not easily impressed.
I'm like, am I working or am I just at a concert right now? A little MTV Unplugged, the Dana Cortez Show Unplugged with Angel
she had me thinking
Theodore.
about my ex and stuff.
I know. I saw him, like his head was down.
I was like,
Otto's mouth
damn, I
was
messed
open.
up.
He's
I was
like,
about to drop. I was dropping my pen right now to her. I was like, "Yo, I'm over here. This is my location right here."
Exactly.
I even let out the bank call. I couldn't even control it. I'm like, "Yo, I'm right here." I sent her my location after 4 years.
I'm dead.
That was amazing.
You know, I would tell you now that today I think marks an important day for the Dana Cortez Show. I think this YouTube video, when we throw this up, when your expensive team sends it back to us, I think it's going to be one of the most watched videos that we have. I anticipate you to just be off the charts, and you have to promise me when that happens. Wow. You're going to come right back here in this little room.
Yes. This is my first, like real radio. I've done radio, but like internet radio and Uvalde. So
this is your first real. This is your first
radio. Okay.
Yes.
We can say it.
Angel's the homie now.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, I hope so, because I just, I watch your videos all the time. Sometimes I feel kind of creepy because I'm like, oh my God, I hadn't seen this one.
Oh.
So I'm like watching it, and then I like it. She's like, damn, Dana, you going back 3 months. Like,
no.
I'm not a stalker. I'm just a fan.
No, I'm definitely a fan of you too. It's kind of like weird because I always hear your voice, and I've never, I always hear you talking, like you're who I hear talk on my radio, and you're like right here. So
well, I'm just going to say, I went back like 180 weeks.
No, you did not.
I was deep. That's why I was like, she better be 19. But Angel, she's amazing.
Anthony, she can't go into the club yet and have a drink.
You're
going to have to wait a couple years. And she has a plan.
One thing is, Angel's not going to hang around me. We're not going to do that to her. We're not going to do that to her. We're going to keep her on this side. She's a good child of God right now and everything like that. You stay over there. Don't come to this dark side, Angel. I got it. I'm covering it for us, okay? I got it. Don't come over here.
Do you have a message for any young fans listening? You really are an inspiration for young women. And I'm just going to put it out there, being a Mexican American, for me, there just aren't a lot of role models for us. I used to look at Selena and think, oh my gosh, she's really making it. She's really doing it.
Yes.
And across the board, there's just not. Now you've got Salma Hayek, you've got Eva Longoria.
Mm-hmm.
But in all reality, when it comes to, Sonia Sotomayor is not Mexican American. She's a Latina, though, on the Supreme Court. But we don't have a lot of voices. What is your message to the young women of all colors who follow you?
My message is that it takes a lot of time, and don't waste your time comparing yourself to other people's stories and other people's paths, because that's just going to bring you down and it's going to discourage you, because the more you compare yourself to other people, the less you're going to think of yourself, and the more you're going to think, why am I not like that? So I feel like you just need to make sure that you are on your own pathway, and that it takes everyone's timing is different. So some people, it's going to happen faster than others, but it's just to not compare yourself and to never lose that confidence in yourself.
Are you ready to defend, your love of, I would say, quote, American music, and for these labels and things not to push you? Well, you should be singing this in Spanish, and you should be doing it this way.
I've been experiencing a lot of that lately.
Girl.
Yes, and I'm pretty set in stone on what I want to do. So I'm definitely not against, doing some Spanish versions of things, but
if the check right.
I know, right? If the check right.
If the check right.
Yeah, but I'm pretty set in stone on that.
I hope so, and this is not to compare you two, because I don't think that there's any comparison at all between you and the young lady I'm going to mention, but Selena Gomez.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Dallas, Texas.
Yep.
Nobody ever says, well, she needs to be doing it in Spanish.
Exactly.
She just did her thing.
Yes.
And
she's actually, yes, she did everything so perfectly, like with her career. And that's why she's the queen of Instagram. And that's why her brand is just, it's everything.
I forgot to mention her as a Mexican American. I mean, that's how she just
I was going to mention her too. Yes. So many. She started as Disney, but people talk mess. Yeah, people talk mess about that, but there's nothing like, you're young. There's a time when you're young and you have that image, and there's a time to be grown up and be sexy if you want to be sexy, because it shows confidence. Like, it's not.
Disney's got a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
They're putting out a couple stars,
What kid didn't want to be a Barney or a Zoom kid growing up?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be on Barney right now if they bring it back.
Bruh.
Somebody call
PBS,
me.
cut the check. Cut the check, PBS.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Angel Cintron. I'm so glad that you came in to the show. We have had a great time. We were just going to be like, what are we going to talk about? What's going to...
Mm-hmm.
You definitely surpassed our expectations
Wow,
in the
that
interview
makes me
process,
happy.
especially this being your first interview. So when your EPK or your album, whichever you're going to drop first, comes out, we want to debut it. So I expect to have it in my hand first.
Okay. That's shaking. We're shaking right here. Right here. Yes.
Right there, baby. All right, Angel Cintron, y'all, inside the Dana Cortez Show. We love you, girl. Yes.
Love you